as you can tell, conditions aren't great. It's extremely overcast today. There's going to be no vistas to be had. But while I was driving yesterday from Castle Kilchurn to Castle Stalker, somewhat one of the main roads, I don't know exactly where I am, but I noticed this boat, it's a boat wreck, and I thought it might make an interesting composition. Now yesterday I couldn't stop. Cars behind me and I didn't know where there's a lay-by. Today I found a lay-by, I've walked back and I've actually come down to have a look. Now I'm using a screen, don't know who, well, quick tip I suppose for someone who's got a bad back, bending down all the time, get yourself a screen. Mainly for video, but it saves you bending down. Big screen, what's that now? That must be 6x4, something like that. All the information that I need is on it. I don't have to bend down and I can take the shot. At the moment, I'm on the 24 to 105 mm lens. I'm focused, well, I'm using about focal length of about 50 mm. I've got the wreck in the centre, balanced either side. When the fog or the mist lifts, I've got a wooded area on the far side of this body of water. Give it some sort of interest in the background, and then there's a mountain behind that. Fortunately, at the moment we can't see that until this fog rises. What me on there now? Third of a second, in fact not a third of a second, 0.3 of a second, f11, ISO 100. Histogram's not all the way over to the right because it's going to produce a slightly overexposed image, which I don't want. So I've just dialed it back a little bit. And I'll just take that one. Love the composition. I've got a polarizing filter on as well. Now, the sun's not out, it's not doing an awful lot, but it is doing something which will help with the reflection, which is what I want on this side. We've got some light on this side. In fact, I'll show you. I'll pick you up, bring you around. I'm hoping you can see that screen all right. Will it focus? I hope so. Failing that, there's the actual wreck itself. See, we've got some light on this side, which is highlighting all the tonality, the texture, the rust, the decay. Whereas on the other side, it's actually it's pitch black. Plus, there's no reflection on that other side. Hence the reason I've composed this the way I have. So I will take a couple of images and let's see how they turn out. I'll speak to you in a minute. Okay, I've swapped composition, still using the same lens. In fact, it's getting a little bit wet. Just need to, the front elements got soaked. I've just taken the polarizer off because it was extending slightly and it was just getting the rain. The rain's coming this way now, straight down the barrel of the lens. I took the polarizer off, hoping it would help a little bit. I hope that these aren't going to be soft because it's all smeared at the front. Right, I've given that a good wipe. Let's hope that they're okay, because I quite like this composition. You can see the trees in the background. It just gives it that little bit of interest. I've not been focusing out now. Let's refocus that, manually focusing. There we go. And where are we at? 35 mm, 1/6 of a second, f11. And I like that. Got a little bit of interest in the foreground. And in fact, if I stick this on record, that should be recording. So it does trim a little bit off, but I've got the shoreline along here with all the seaweed. I've got the boat wreck in the middle ground. now focusing on my finger. And then in the background, I take that away, it should refocus. Yeah, we've got the single tree on the end of it, like it's not a copse, but it's a small group of trees. So we've got three elements there to create interest. We're actually getting a little bit of a ripple on the surface of the water now as well, which you can see. It's also got a little bit darker. I'll take that off record. I'll take another image just to make sure I've got the exposure right. Okay, you can see you've got the rust. I don't know if it was red, but it looks, it could be the rustiness of the boat. I don't know, but you can actually see that on the final image. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do now here. This is, I'm going to have to wipe this and then take an image. I hope that's, I can't quite see the front element properly, so I'll take an image, check, and fingers crossed that's okay. Now I want to change the focal length slightly to what we now just short of 50mm. I'll take another shot. Does look nice, and then I'll go to get close in. Still got the reflection. 70mm. Going to need to refocus. Oh, too far. Very sensitive. Another one, and then I get even closer. Let's go 105 mil, and then just refocus and take another image. Cross normal rain on there. Brilliant. Well, I'm not sure where else it'll go, to be honest, because you can see behind me the conditions are absolutely awful today unless you're doing something close up. So I'll try to find somewhere else. If I don't, I'll say thanks for watching. Appreciate it's only one image that I've taken here. Taking it on a film camera as well, so with a bit of luck, I'll have some comparisons for you to have a look at. If I don't take anything else, thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. I'm hoping to be here for a couple of days, so the weather does improve tomorrow and the day after. So perhaps I could go to some of the honeypot locations and actually get some images with a little bit of quality of light. What to say? I hope you like what you've watched so far. Thanks for watching. Well, welcome back and welcome to sunny Glencoe. You can see I've got a lone tree behind me looking down the Glencoe Valley. Set up my composition and then it started absolutely pouring down. Can't believe it. Just do your quick 360, see where I am. Yeah, can't believe it. I've just covered the camera up. I'm hoping it'll pass. The light was absolutely gorgeous when I first got here. Yeah, and then it's all of a sudden it's just changed. Fingers crossed, 10 minutes. See, sun trying to get through the clouds here. Oh, got a bit of rain across the lens. Hopefully it'll clear. But just to give you an idea what I'm looking at, I can't see on the back of the screen. We've got this lone tree to my left. I've got the stream running around in the foreground. I've got the S-curve of the road. Would be nice actually in the evening here, get some light trails. Fortunately got a white van in the background there, but the road leads you in through the valley. Got the Three Sisters to the left, and that must be the Anakeegat Ridge on the actual right hand side. Fingers crossed. Oh, rain on there. Fingers crossed the rain clears and I can get the composition that I've actually come for. But I will, I'll give it, well, let's say give it 10-15 minutes and I'll get back to you. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, the rain stopped. Well, say it stopped, it's still spitting slightly. But you can see we've got gorgeous light behind me now on the ridge. Got the tree there, it's silhouetted against the sky, and I've got, what am I on? I'm on 24mm f8, 80th of a second, ISO 100. I'll just check the lens again. Oh, I've got raindrops on the lens again. Still spitting, but we've got gorgeous light on the ridge now, just poking through the clouds. Yeah, it's clear. Ground's a bit boggy here, although I've got it on the tripod. I'm still using an 80th of a second. Yeah. What I'll do, if I set this on record again, you can see, if I put on my finger, I've got the tree on the top third. I've got diagonal coming down this way from that ridge. Diagonal coming down from the other, on the opposite side. And I've got the S-bend of the actual road itself. And then I've got the stream in the foreground just here. I don't think you can see that very well. I mean, you can probably hear it, but you can't really see it. But you can tell where it is, and that leads you down to the road. So it leads you all the way through the image. And as I say, that ridge, I think it's the Anakeegat Ridge, that's lit up. Fabulous. And the light, just over to this side. Don't know if you can see that properly from over here. Well, that's where it's lit from, coming through the clouds. I'm just going to carry on taking some images. In fact, stop that from recording, because that light on that side is good. The only thing I've got to contend with, I'll spin you around. I hope you can see that all right. It's the white van and the cars behind it. Now, I don't like adding, well, I don't add stuff to images, but I don't like taking them away either. But I think I could be justified in taking that van out in Photoshop. Oh, we've got some more light coming up on that ridge. Need to get that one in. Oh, need to make the most of this. Right, what I'm going to do, I'll probably take one or two more images, and then I'm going to change the composition slightly. So I'll see you in a minute. It's getting cold. Right, I've moved position. I'm not far, I've just moved back probably about 12 foot. And what that's enabled me to do is reposition the tree. And what I've done is I've got the Three Sisters and what I believe to be the Anakeegat Ridge. I've placed the tree right in the middle. So it's like straight in the middle of the V really. I think it looks compositionally more pleasing. And if I will stick it on the camera. Right, is that recording? I'm not sure if that's recording. Yeah, it's not recording. So, if I put my finger, you see where, so you've got the Anakeegat Ridge, or the latter part of it, and then you've got the Three Sisters on this side, tree in the middle of that V. I've cut the stream out now, there's no stream included. I've got the curve of the road, still got the white van there, but that takes you through the image. But I think compositionally it's more pleasing. I've also included more sky this time. I think there's a little bit of drama in the sky. Might make a nice black and white image actually, this one. Look, the actual ridge on my right hand side I probably could do with including a little bit more. So I might go a little bit further back just to see if I can include a little bit more of that actual ridge. Or if I just, potentially I could, I'm at what am I at now? I'm on 35mm, 50th of a second, f11 ISO 100. I wondered if I could try it slightly further back. Also, we could do that, and I think if I just look to include more sky, I'm gonna have to refocus. Oh, back on the big screen again. This makes things easier. Don't have to bend as much. Now, if I take an image, yeah, I think I prefer it with more sky. If these images have turned out any good, I will put them up now. But I'm going to. I hope you can hear me all right. I'm right next to a stream. I've come down to, well, further down into Glencoe itself. You notice in the background there, we've got the climbers hut and Loch Etive water in the background. The light's gone behind the mountain. Well, it's just coming out the side, as you can probably just tell. It's caused a lot of flare at the side of the mountain, but it is lighting up the valley between, well, it's Loch Etive Moor, and I don't know what this mountain here is actually called, but there's a little bit of a valley and it's lighting up that area. You've got the S-curve of the water and that all looks quite nice. Problem is, you can tell now, the sun's shining straight into my face, which is causing problems with the exposure. For this composition, I've got an old wooden bridge going over the stream. The stream takes you down to the river Couple, and then on the other side you've got the climbers hut. Now it's in shade, it's next to a copse, or I say copse, next to a small group of trees. That's at foreground, middle ground, and then we've got the mountain in the background. It's the main subject really, but because the sun's coming round the side of the mountain, it's causing a few problems. Base exposure, f11. Shutter speeds varying, but around about 50th of a second. ISO 100. I've changed lenses. I'm on the 16 to 35 are about 20mm. So I focused on the bridge. What was I say it was? F11 did I say? Yeah, F11. From F11, everything from around 20 meters onwards is all going to be in focus. So focused on the bridge, and everything else in the background should be in focus, because I don't like focus stacking. I've just got to wait now for this sun to move. Fingers crossed it'll move in the next what? Oh, it's bright. Well, there's a thick cloud coming across. So hopefully in the next 10 minutes, that cloud will come across, but not block out the light rays that are going into the valley, and I'll move further down and take one of the river Couple in between this valley. So I'll see you in a minute. I've moved a little bit further down now, further down the stream. I'm still using the stream as a compositional element. There's a slight curvature. I can't get high enough to get like an S-bend, but I've got a slight curvature into the main river, River Couple. I've still got the climbers' cottage or hut in the background, next to a small group of trees, and the buckle in the background. In fact, you can see that on the screen that I've got here now. You can see the stream leading you down towards the cottage, or the main river, then the cottage in the mid-ground, and then you've got Loch Etive Moor in the background, and then you've got right in the very background in the distance, you've got further mountains. I've actually got good definition in the clouds at this moment in time as well, which look quite interesting. On around about, well, shooting F11, F16, anywhere around a shutter speed of a 15th of a second, maybe slightly less just to get some motion in the water. I've got a polarizer on now, an ISO 100. If it's any good, I'll put it up now.